Grandma Dubious is in here. Every time I make a face or groan, she gives me a dirty look. And I think it would be hilarious for y'all to see that. Welcome back to Dubious Decisions Garage. Today we're going to work on getting the fuel pump installed. We might even check these out, see if they function, see if they need to get rebuilt, and if they function, possibly get those installed. So let's get to it. Got a rubber line down here that's been crimped for, I don't know, a year. So I'm definitely gonna have to replace that hose. But basically it's pretty simple. One outline, one inline, 2 mount bolts. We need to break the torque on this outline first. I did discover that while I'm using the correct wrench, this is a pipe wrench, it's got a little bit of a slip in it, and I do not want to round that thing off. So that's out. I own one of these. This is a adjustable crescent, but it actually, once you set it, locks it in like a pair of vice grips. You do not want to use vice grips on a hose like that because it will 100% destroy it. Hopefully I can save it with this. I may need to replace that outline. Get my sizing in there. Fortunately, even with the copious amounts of room that I have to work with, not having fenders or a hood or much of a front end, I'm still limited on what I got. So if I see any slipping, which I am, next step is to throw some brake free in there and let it sit. So the reason why I'm replacing this is when I got the new motor in and I hooked up the fuel lines, even without fuel pressure, it was actually leaking. Fuel was leaking out of this casing. So that's why we're replacing it. It seemed to function fine when we ran the motor prior to pulling it from the Grand Prix, but it was definitely leaking. So that's why it gets a new one. So I'm going to spray this down, let it sit, and then we'll come back in a couple hours. All right, so that brake free has been sitting on there for about 3 hours now. Am I still slipping? Yep, still slipping. I'm hesitant to use heat because I know there's fuel in there. Could also cut it off. Then I would definitely have to replace the fuel line. I really don't want to do that if I can avoid it. That is not wanting to come off. Doubt this will work. I'm wondering how much of the lawnmower you guys are hearing. Apologize for that. I don't have my own 100-acre ranch like Whistling Diesel. I think I'm just going to end up having to replace that line. So I'm going to leave it alone for now. Let's get our exhaust manifolds installed, because I think we'll basically be at the point that we can take this over to the shop and get the drive shaft built for it. But I do want to get those exhaust manifolds off before I take it over. Get them on, because they're not on yet. Yeah. So with the Ram Air, it's weird that they're Ram Air, but it's exhaust manifolds. Anyway, the Ram Air III exhaust manifolds, you need a special bolt kit because of the different length for each bolt section. But I got to figure out which ones. It's not the same on both sides, so I'm gonna set them up on the table behind me, figure out which bolts go where, and then we'll get these things installed. Wonder if that tells us. Yeah, I'll check that out too. All right, so scanning that QR code, that just took me to a website where I could order some more of these. So we are just going to, like I said, square peg, round hole, figure out what goes where. I will probably have to look up where these 4 lock washers go, because there's only 4 and I know how they work, but I don't know, there's 4 holes on that one, 2, and there's 5 on this one. So I'll have to look that up. All right, so let's start out. We got 2 with the really long ones. It's like 6 of the mediums and a teeny. Teeny is pretty obvious to me. That is only going to go in one spot. Let's get this tape off of here. All right, tape's off. Got a little bolt.
That's what she said. Or he said.
It's pretty obvious to me. That long bolt has to go there. Long bolt has to go there. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the mid one. I am gonna pause and look up on the Webers which position these are supposed to go in specifically. I could hazard a guess on a couple of them, because how these work, if you're unfamiliar, is this tab right here is going to bend down over the manifold, and then these 2 tabs would bend up around the bolt head, effectively locking it in place, preventing it from backing out. So I could hazard a guess on where they go. My guess is here, 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 or here. But that's a lot of heres, and I only got 4 heres, and I think I said 5 or 6 heres. All right, so I looked it up, and these 4 locking washers go on the 4 outer positions of the exhaust manifold mounts. At least that's what the all-knowing, all-powerful, all-seeing AI says through Google, whatever platform that is. So we'll go ahead and start working on getting these on. If you hear extra chattering on the camera, other than Lawnmower Man next door, Kiddo and his friendo are working on a bike-o behind me-o. So the gasket I bought is in theory a reusable gasket, but it is thicker, so hopefully this works out well. I'm actually going to wipe these things down with alcohol first. Not that it should matter, but I can, so I will. Nice and clean. Now the fun part is getting this thing up and in there, and I have had it in there before, so I know I can, but it's been 12 hot minutes ago. There it is. Let's get the gasket back on. And our bolt's ready to go. Let's see, I'm gonna try to do this one and this short one over here, just to kind of get everything in place, and hopefully that'll work out. The short one might be too short. I may end up having to buy another bolt for that one because of the thickness of this gasket. Alright, got one kind of in there. Alright, myself a wrench, 9/16. Every comment, let them try. Rivals plotting on the silence, hungry, but I keep supplying. Never took a piece for granted. So I can get a thread to start. I don't want to blow out that hole, so I'm gonna end up replacing this with something about a 1/2 inch longer. Everything else seems to be, plenty length, just that one. So I got that on for now. I'm going to pull each bolt out individually and add some anti-seize so that they're, don't get stuck. Because at some point I do plan on rebuilding this motor and having these heads machined and re-cerakoted so they're not, ugly. That probably won't be any time in the soon future, because I have the 59 Morris to work on. So let's go get the other side installed. Now this side, I was thinking was going to be easier, but it might be a trick because of my oil filter. But let's see. Let us cabbage. I also do not want to mess up all my Cerakoting. that I spent all that time doing. I may have to pull the oil. It has oil in it, and I don't have a replacement gasket for that. So let's go ahead and get that off. It's like 1/2-inch bolts.
Move different, took the route where others hesitated. Risk it, bet the house, every moment calculated. Turn setbacks into setups, momentum stay on.
Gotta clean that side too. So you're probably thinking, why am I bothering? Purely because I can. Alright, and get our gasket. That's correct. Such an interesting design that one side 5 bolts, the other side 4 bolts. But it's all part of that, you know, the header design that it has. So it's not a true header.
All in, no rest, I only play for chess.
So we got 1, 2 bolts started. Got the other 2 to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do anti-seize on these right now. Sure, I got high temp anti-seize, because low temp stuff ain't gonna do anything for you. Put a decent amount on, but you don't need to slather it on. And I might have just discovered a problem. So I'm gonna have to disconnect this one here. Rotate it down a little bit so I can get that bolt up in there. Rotate that one back on, and then rotate that one in. While I'm at it, now I got that one started. A little dollop of anti-seize on this one. Got a little bit too much, so I'm just prepping the next bolt for it. Too much just makes a mess. Alright, so we're going to come back and anti-seize this side, and then once I get them all anti-seized, I'm going to come back and torque them all down, the ones I have anyway, to 30 foot-pounds, provided I can get the torque wrench in there. And if I can't get the torque wrench in there, don't worry, my wrists click, so I'm sure they'll hit the appropriate torque.
Play for checks.
Alright, let's see which ones I can actually get this thing on. First, we're going to set it to 30. There we go. That makes me feel good. I don't see how I am getting the torque wrench on any of those though. Alright. Well, I tried. So now it's time for clicky wrist. I would say that they are all about 30 foot-pounds now. 30 inch-pounds would have been a lot easier. All right, let's go torque the other side. All right, we're gonna do our due diligence on this side for proper torquing, but I expect roughly the same results. All right, I will say that is torqued. Let's get our oil thingy back on. We're gonna snug it down, but we aren't gonna torque it down because I need to replace that gasket. So last night I ended up getting froggy. Came out here in my PJs because I was trying to figure out the shape of this line. I want to replace it, and it's an interesting shape. And I tried one last ditch effort to break torque on it, and I got it to break torque, which dumped a bunch of fuel out, surprisingly. But I still can't get this line out, and I'm thinking it's because I have to take this off first. There's actually a really small gap that the line fits through, and I'm hoping once I get that out, it will really get this line out. So we'll do what I can see and see what I can do. I just noticed that guy's sticking up. I don't want to slip my wrist open. So we're gonna tap him down. There she is, still dumping fuel. And with that out of the way, let's see if we can get this line to come out. It looks like we're gonna have to take the alternator off. I don't even know that I got it all the way in right now anyway. So that's fine. Just had it temp installed. There it goes. All right, well, now I have to get on the webs and see if I can't find one that's got those bends. But you can see right here, it's bent here. I don't like how that bend was done, but I believe I saw a few on the internets last night when I was looking to have that basic shape. So that's the next step. I'm gonna stick paper towel in there, keep crap from getting in it, and we'll move on to whatever the heck is next. I don't want you all to think I'm gonna promise something and then not deliver. So, testing the horns, see if they work. Pulled out the battery for the Del Sol to work on it. So let's see if these things actually work or if I'm gonna have to tear them apart. So there's a couple of jumper cables, a couple of jumper leads, and connect them on. Nice solid connection on the wire. Hope for the best. Woo! Ooh, they work. That is awesome. So I have another set, which is an older model, I think. These I actually know don't work, and I'm gonna have to rebuild them from the inside. I gotta replace some stuff inside of here, but that's gonna be a future video. Yeah, horns work. I will do another video. I'm gonna have to modify these brackets and or build some brackets to go to. I'm not sure yet. And that's actually, I don't know if you can see, that has a gouge worn in it from vibrating around and that grommet being shot. So I will have to see about probably fixing that too, maybe. I don't know how well you can see that groove in there, but I got to pick up some rubber grommets for that so that doesn't get any worse. Thank you for watching to the end. Appreciate you. Leave a comment down below if you got an idea on how I could do something better. But yeah, take care. Bye. I would be mad at me too if I was having to edit all this when I got 2 things going or 3 things going, which I did at one point.